Paulie with HardDrive Radio. We're sitting down today with Winston McCall of Parkway Drive talking about the new film coming out, Viva The Underdogs. There's so many great pieces in this film from your live shows, and you guys are constantly touring. You tour around the world. You play a lot of shows.
Yeah.
So whittling down those choice bits, like how difficult it is, how much of a hand did you have in the process of choosing that, or did you kind of trust the directors would be able to find the right ones?
To be honest, we're trusting to a degree, because the whole idea of this was to give people moments which they don't necessarily get when they just go onto YouTube and type in best Parkway moments or anything like that. The things that I've found really interesting have been we tried to get some really, really awesome angles, what you can do with imagination and technology when it comes to capturing footage these days. The stuff they were getting me to do on stage to get an interesting shot. It's like, wait, try and do this. I'm going to have the camera here tonight to capture this moment. I was like, you're going to stand there when that's going on. Good luck with your eyebrows, buddy. But it was, for them, it was interesting because they were coming in reasonably green to the show that we put on in the band. So I like that aspect the most, of being able to have someone come from outside and explain what they find interesting and what connects with them, because we're so invested in the band that you love things about what you do that no one else even knows goes on, or it's the stereotypical moment kind of thing. So we basically gave free rein to them, and then getting the feedback of this moment makes me feel something, or this moment looks like this, and being able to go back into the editing suite and see what they've got and go, Jesus Christ, that really did work. You guys really captured what that means. And some of the best shots I think that they've got are the shots where you realize it might not be as smooth sailing as you think. It was, we were worried that there wasn't going to be enough drama in this, because we didn't want people to just think that this is, everything's fine. You just get there and do this. There's it must be really simple doing it, because we're just as proud of the work that we do to do it. And when shit goes wrong, it goes wrong.
And it goes wrong.
Really wrong. So yeah, it's
So there's a moment in the trailer that's highlighted, and I think it was a show in LA where
LA.
Everything just blows. Gone.
Completely.
Your PA is gone.
The PA
your lights are gone.
Oh man, the biggest show we've played in the USA, sold out Hollywood Palladium, and 4 songs in and the PA blows up. The whole PA blows up. And you can't even explain to the audience that what has happened, because the mic is gone. So you kind of just left on stage going, okay, there's 4 songs from a headlining set. Awesome. I can't even say goodbye or thank you. It's the most awkward thing in the world. And yeah, that's the stuff I'm actually proud of. It's not the fact that I'm proud of, hey, something blew up or whatever, but I'm stoked in the way that people are actually able to see that what we do affects us and we're invested in it. And I do want to give people 110% of who I am and what we are as a band on stage every night. We don't try and shortchange people, or it's not when something goes wrong, we just go, whatever, let's go and get hammered. It sucks when opportunities get missed. Yeah. Because we've been doing this for 16 years now. And the thing with this band has been, when you don't expect there to be another chance and you expect the bubble to burst at any point in time, and you living in a world where that bubble gets smaller and smaller and smaller, the idea of missing an opportunity or something going wrong, it hangs like an axe over the top of you. You feel like this could be, everything you've worked for could be gone with one screw up. So when something screws up, and the more people come, the more people can see that screw up, the more chance there is of all of this just going, and those 16 years of sacrifice, and there has been sacrifice, is all of a sudden bam, you're finished.
I mean, there's no plan B for you guys. So
no, man, that's the thing.
This has to work, right?
This has to work. It's long past that point of being able to turn back. We have. I'm the one with the most education in the band, and that was half a year of university and failing at that. We have two high school dropouts in like 10th grade, and the rest of us went to like finished high school with barely passing, and we have no qualifications beyond that. Like if this band thing doesn't work out, we're just going back to the unemployment line.
Oh.
Yeah,
let's make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
but thank you for like, thanks for like giving us this. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, and that's the other thing. This is
like I don't think it's giving though. Like I mean, listening to your music and I can only speak from my personal experience, but you know, it physically grabs you, and it's clearly not just me. You know, your fans. I've seen the turnout at these shows. Like your music really speaks to people. So it's not that we're giving you anything. You've earned that because of the art that you create.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think it's like I've always felt as though it's a mutual relationship, which is really, really humbling, because at the end of the day, like the only thing that we've ever tried to create is something that resonates within this small group of people, which is the band. And that's all we've ever cared about when it comes to any of the art that we create. So to feel as though it has expanded and grown, and you're right, like I see that as well. I see it connect with people, and in a really genuine way that people do tell me that what they got is exactly what was meant from a song, and it's so humbling when you have that experience. It's just gone so much further than I ever thought would be possible, and that we were always told would ever be possible. And that's the thing where I do say thank you for supporting it, because like there's a reason this movie is called like Viva The Underdogs, is because no one expected this band to be doing what it's doing now, and that's us included. And that in the movie you find that out very quickly. And at every single point in this band's career, we have been the band that people didn't expect to break through, and we did. And the thing is, that has happened because of hard work, but it's also happened because of that connection. Like you only break through, the reason it's been pushed and this band has been pushed is because more and more people have got behind us and supported us, and the amount of people coming to shows has been undeniable. Like it's not like there's been some mechanism behind the scenes ratcheting up fake numbers or getting us into venues that we shouldn't be in, or in slots on festivals that we shouldn't be on, or something like that. It's literally just been this amount of people come and love this band, and this band puts on a show which will never be anything but 110%, and you can't deny it. And when you grow up just hearing like, oh yeah, Parkway played this, but they'll never be a band that does that, and constantly going, okay, well now we're doing that. So, and then you get to that level and it's the same thing and it's the same thing, and now we're at the point where it's just like, tell us what else. What else have you got for us?
What else do you think we can't do?
Yeah,
right?
that's it. Yeah, and I feel really stoked with that, because if we can do it, I hope that everyone else feels as though they can as well, and that they don't have to rely on some sort of quick fame, that they realize that they can put their integrity into something and work hard at it, and people will respect it and respond to it.
Talking about that connection, especially at a live show, you know, it's very easy to look at the people in the front row and be like, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
How do you connect with like the people at the festival, like all the way in the back? Do you have a tool for that? Or?
I can see them.
Yeah.
I make sure I can see them. But yeah, no, it's, for me, it's a very strange experience stepping onto stage on a crowd where it does become like, hey, you guys, up the back. And you hear the relay towers go off and you see people wave their hands and stuff like that. For me, and I think it's been the way with all of the music that we actually write, it's been an expansive process, in the sense of when we first started, we made music to connect with 50 of our friends in a youth centre. 50 of our friends that just wanted to beat the crap out of each other and stage dive off like barrels and stuff like that. Days. Yeah. And the more that it grew and the more people came, the more that we like wanted to feel that connection with everyone. And you notice when certain parts of your music start resonating with in different ways, like with a large amount of people or a small amount of people, and that affects also the way you write music and the way you feel about what you're writing. And it's just this strange evolutionary process. So for us, it's got to that point where you kind of know. I love it when I'm able to hear people sing, or I'm able to hear people step outside of the zone of simply, I'm watching and I'm over here and you're up on that stage and I'm going to like step away from what you're doing. When people walk into the show at a Parkway show, I like the idea that it's a very inclusive moment. I'll say that like it's an inclusive experience. Like when you come to a show, the people next to you are your friends and your family, and they know that the people on stage are genuine people, and that we are creating something that is something to cherish and something to live in at that point in time. And you can sing and you can dance and you can be free and you can enjoy yourself in a way that doesn't have to be like, oh, like I love this band, but I shouldn't say anything, like, because I'm going to be judged, or I don't want to sing because my voice isn't that good, or I don't want to dance funny or anything like that, or I don't want to jump on someone. Not at a Parkway show. So that's what I enjoy about like that, and that's how I find the interaction comes, like the connection with the audience. And I don't think there's any crowd too big to be able to transmit the fact that matters to us as well.
Talking about, you know, the low points in the movie, there's also, you know, the opposite of that, the really high points. And the reason I asked about connecting with the crowd is because at some point, I don't know where this happened, and I hope you can tell the story, but there's a shot of you, like, basically being led by torches through a crowd, and like a really big crowd. You know, I'm sure that really helps with people in the back, like, oh, well, there goes Winston right there.
Yeah, that's like...
Whose idea was that? Where did that happen? Was it fun?
It's on a reg these days that we do it on the regular. That was, but like, yeah, that was something with the bigger. That was something that's been happening as well with the whole idea of having the whole venue being part of the show, and it not being isolated to just like you walk in and if you're stuck up the back, the gig's gonna go on up there. So we just wanted to make it feel like an entrance and make it feel like it's the last thing you kind of expect is the band to enter the venue from behind you. And the first time we started doing it was interesting. The looks on people's faces. It's like the whole idea was like a boxing entrance kind of thing. And when I first pitched it to everyone, they're like, we're gonna die. There's no way that like we're either not going to get crushed or someone's going to freak out or this is going to be like some massive security risk or something, but this is not going to work. It's like, just give it like 2 goes and then we can call it quits if like something's too wrong. We just happen to have a really cool crew and a really good security guy at the front, and it's sweet being able to see people's faces and be able to connect with people as you're getting to the stage, and it breaks down that wall immediately. Like the vibe before you've even touched the stage is like 1,000,000,000%. So yeah, we just started running that one, and it was just something to heighten it as well, to heighten that entire moment and that entire show from the word go. It's not about being necessarily like bigger or better or anything like that. It's just being different.
Well, you guys have always been different, and I feel like you've always been setting the bar too. I feel, you know, the things that you guys are able to achieve, most bands probably are like, I want to do that, you know? So the fact that you have these ideas and then you're able to pull them off shows that other bands can do them too.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
I love that about Parkway.
Thank you. It's it's been, I think that's been one of the reasons that we've maintained such an independent, like, whereas DIY as it can get at this stage. It's a really strange place to be in when you're used to taking so much of the responsibility. And that goes for all of the members of the band, because we're all responsible for something to do with this band. And when you get to this point, it's only been in the last year when it has reached, like when you're playing arenas and you walk into a room and they're like, the ice is under there. This is normally a hockey arena. And your stage, we put a floor down over the ice and you're playing on top of that tonight, and you look around and you're like, this is insanely large. Is that what this has come to? And there's 5 guys on stage that, like, we still remember sleeping on floors and playing youth centres and driving your van around like it was yesterday. So when those 5 guys stand on stage and you have literally 50 crew putting together this show that you guys have scribbled down on napkins in a hotel room or in a diner at 2 a.m. while you were getting after show food or something, and you realise that, hey, we actually kind of know what we're doing. And what we're putting on is pretty insane, considering we do remember it starting just like it was yesterday. It's a really cool thing, and I do. it takes some imagination and a lot of hard work and a lot of commitment, but this can be done. And yeah, I'd encourage every single person that has that desire and those traits to go and do it, because it's really rewarding. It's really damn hard, but but you can do it, and we're living proof that anyone can succeed if they've got the guts to try.